like sometimes starving if he begs me enough. But
By the way, I just started the recording as you said that. So, welcome back to the PWC
wow,
channel, I guess. We do have the
what a
first.
start!
Yeah, what a start. I like those kinds of starts. They are fun to me at least. I'm like the only person in the world that thinks that they are funny, but yeah, welcome to the PWC channel. Once again, we do have the first grand finals recordings of our season 12, and it is the Division 3 finals match, the Griseous Division match between Tytheguy W4 and Vex. With me is camelConvention. I think everyone knows Camel by now, but hi Camel.
Nobody knows me though.
Yeah, that's
I'm the
that's
most obscure member of this server.
right. No one will have ever heard of you. But yeah, these guys did not think it was necessary to wait for us. So I guess we can skip the part where we talk about how Tytheguy is trying to break the ETA curse, the eternal ETA curse that's been around ever since the ETA PWC crossover
Mhm.
started in like season 5, because never ever
So what do
has.
we think of this Iron Defense Corviknight here? This looks kind of insane
Um,
into the team.
I
It's like
mean,
all physical attackers and then Lapras.
yeah, but it's not going to be able to touch the Houndstone, and the Houndstone is just going to burn it, and then it's not going to do anything, I feel.
It's
But
true, but what if it's Hurricane though? It could be Hurricane.
it could be Hurricane. Oh yeah, but it's just gonna get like water stabbed here. Oh, what the hell? Why is Lapras? Is Lapras a fraud, by the way? Why does it do nothing?
Well, I think this is probably Spadef Corp, right? Because that body press did a lot less than I would have thought, and then the surf also did less than I would have thought. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to be calcing during this, so if I'm wrong, then let me know in the comments,
Yeah, but it's
which I'm
also
not going to read.
it's also weird to be Spadef Corv with Rocky Helmet into the Lopunny, I feel.
I mean, I guess.
But
Though,
yeah,
like, is there another special attacker on this team? I feel like I would just go like full Fizzdef.
yeah, I mean it's not it, if there is another one then he
Unless it's like
definitely.
specifically for Lapras. Because the Lapras could have been like some like Terra Electric or something. But
But yeah, that's a good start for Vex because now he just for free he got the early progress on this Lapras, which lost 40%,
mhm.
and now he also got the burn on Houndstone, which doesn't hurt because like Houndstone does like to click Poltergeist, right?
Yeah. Like the main thing is like once Houndstone goes down, then like I think Corviknight just wins if it's in a position to Iron Defense and stay out of range of Ivy Cudgel. Like obviously even at +2, Ogerpon is doing a ton to it. I mean, if it is Spadef Corv, then it's probably doing like like 70%. I don't know.
Yeah, because Ogerpon is really really broken, but yeah, depending on it, it could definitely win the game later. I feel like
Mhm.
it would have been better if he didn't like waste 3 roosts already, but um, also for some reason
That is
he's.
true. Also, it's Unnerve, which is
Yeah,
kind of
I was
funny.
just gonna mention that. That's interesting. Like, what was he? Okay,
You gotta up for that Choppleberry Mega Lopunny.
but yeah, this Joverpon is it looks kind of broken like always. But it would need to run play rough for the Gudra because otherwise the Gudra is gonna be a decent check for a while at least.
Well, if it's Fizzdef Gudra, then yeah.
Mm.
And Gudra doesn't have a good natural Fizzdef, so if like Ogerpon boosts to +2, then it's probably still 2-hit KOing Gudra with Cudgel or like knockoff.
In what world is he intimidate Arcanine Fistef for the Joverpon? That would be kind of funny.
Uh, I don't think that's likely considering that Ogerpon learns Stomping Tantrum, so I would not be at all confident in relying on that as my main Ogerpon prep.
Yeah, but that's only because you're no fun. Why the hell did he?
Okay, so
Okay.
that's certainly a decision. I don't think that crit mattered unless it is actually fist stuff.
Yeah, I would doubt that this mattered, honestly. But Ty does say sorry in the chat, so maybe it did. Maybe they did run the calcs. Oh, and Vex is a good sport about it.
Um, Okay, so if it is like no fist of Corv, just max HP, then it was a roll to KO. It was like basically 1 in 3 to KO.
Hmm.
So in that case, like the crit did kind of matter, but also even if you don't kill it, like getting that much chip on Corv would have been like really good regardless. So
Hmm.
I guess like if Corv clicked a Brave Bird or something, if it has it, then you could have gotten chip in return, but then you just kill yourself. So
But yeah, that's definitely a huge um, loss for Vex to lose the Corv this early. Because yeah,
Mhm.
like you said, it would have been a good win con.
Yeah, because now like I'm not really sure what the main win con is. Like Screamtail can be known to run boosting sets, but it doesn't really have a good way to get through Metagross. And also like you can't really hit Ogerpon for super effective, so you're just hitting with like Psychic, which you would need to boost a lot to actually kill it. It
Yeah,
could be like set up for Rigoraph, but it's a similar thing where like, it really like needs some sort of Terra type. Although if it is like some sort of Terra type that's super effective into Metagross, then
yeah.
if it gets an agility off, then it could just win.
If it's
So
Terra Ghost
I
would
feel
be
like
good here,
yeah, if it's like Terra Ghost or Terra Ground or like something like that, maybe like Terra Fire to like resist Ogerpon would be another option.
maybe.
Terra Fire also is effectively super effective into Houndstone because of Fluffy.
But yeah, right now,
Yeah, missing detail kind of sucks.
yeah, that's very annoying. Like nothing is going
Yeah, actually,
Vex's
but
way
then
right now.
Guard Dog would prevent it though, right? Unless it's Toxic Chain. I mean, I guess it could very well be Toxic Chain, but
Wouldn't it be Toxic Chain most of the time? I mean, right now the Arcanine is not gonna run Intimidate, so yeah, I don't know. Oh, and he's getting the poison too. So yeah, he like everything is going Tytheguy's way right now. So it looks like he's on his way to actually break the ETA curse, which would be kind of insane. But maybe he can make
Mhm.
something. Vex can make something happen with the giraffe now if he like switches out and gives it a free turn.
Yeah, I guess if it is actually no, it's not Intimidate Arcanine. It already switched in, but
Yeah, it's
I guess
just
there's no way to figure out if it is Guard Dog or not, unless it like gets a Toxic Chain proc on something.
all right. But he did sack the thingy here, which he gets
Oh,
the
Destiny move.
yeah. That's man. He's like getting all the plays right.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think there's a win con anymore unless this is like
Okay, so I
scarfed.
think I think the win count is like some ridiculous Scream Tail.
No, if he's scarfed, if the Arcanine is scarfed, then it could win maybe with Flare Blitz if he gets more chip on the Lapras and the Okidogi somehow. Like he should switch into Scream Tail now on the fighting move and then like hopefully get a Psychic move off on it and then I don't know somehow get damage on the Lapras and then he can sweep with Flare Blitz maybe Scarf.
The
Potent
thing is, you also need chip on Ogerpon though. You don't kill Ogerpon from full.
Yeah, but I don't
Okay, well,
think.
it is not
Oh
Scarf
yeah.
unless it is Scarf Will-O-Wisp, but okay,
Okay, and
it
he
is
also
Toxic Chain. Okay,
it is
so
Toxic
yeah,
Chain.
that detail miss was pretty lucky then.
So yeah, I don't know. I'm struggling to think of any more ways um of for Vex to win. But maybe now that this is burned, maybe the Creamtail could pull off a miracle here. But
Okay, so the win con is that it is special Metagross.
no, Metagross is I don't know. Yeah.
No, it's Meteor Mash and it misses every time.
Also, the Screamtail doesn't really have anything to really hit the Ogerpon hard, right? So Ogerpon just clicks Ivy
Well, that's what I
Cudgel
was saying
forever.
earlier, where like the hardest way you can hit it is just Psychic or Stored Power. If it is Stored Power.
Yeah. I don't know. This is like looking so extremely over. This entire game was just a
Yeah.
disaster for Vex. That's super sad for him, but like nothing went his
Mhm.
way. He got. I feel like the Corv was a really good win con. Like nothing we've seen so far suggests that the Corv would not have been great. It definitely would
Mhm.
have been great. into everything. But
'Cause, yeah, like the crit sucks obviously, but I think that like that was a losing play regardless of whether you get crit or not.
yeah, exactly. If you don't
And
get crit, then
assuming
it's
it is the death curve, then you just die 1 in 3 anyway, even without crit. So I don't know.
yeah.
It looks like
Oh, it is
yeah,
bulk up.
this is set up Screamtail, but there's no way that this 1v1's Metagross though.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's sad. So yeah, that's so first of all, congrats to Tytheguy. He actually he actually did it. He broke the ETA curse.
Yeah, the
Uh,
ETA curse is officially broken.
yeah, it wasn't just broken. He like ran over the ETA curse. That was like complete domination
Mhm.
here in the finals. Um, so this is turns out to be banded Metagross. So yeah, I really feel like the Corv, if you look at this team, like it sets up on at least 3 of those remaining 5 members. I guess it doesn't really set up on the Lapras because it can just freeze try spam. But yeah, I feel like if he didn't let that get KO'd, like even say the crit doesn't happen, then it would be at like 5% maybe. Um,
Mhm.
and it still would die to anything after that. So it was
Yeah, the
like,
thing is, like, if it clicked Brave Bird that turn, then it just dies anyway, and otherwise there isn't really anything it could click that would matter. Like, I guess, like, the second best thing would be, like, well, actually, the best thing is that you click Hurricane and you crit, like, the Hurricane
hmm
and then kill Ogerpon, but, like, there's no way it's actually Hurricane.
yeah. And seeing as he later in the game he switched Gudra into Mega Lopunny and it only took like 40% from return, meaning that it was very likely physically defensive. And if that's the case, then I don't understand why you would not at least switch that into Ogerpon before you like sack your whole Corviknight, which I feel like
Yeah, I think, like, the only explanation is, like, if you're making a hard read expecting Ogerpon to click, like, spikes that turn,
mhm.
which, like, that would be insane if you get that correct, but I would never be confident doing that. So
So yeah, but we have to say that Vex like had an insane season. He was one of the 2 people completely
yeah, for sure.
dominating the division. He was the number 2 seed, and yeah, Tytheguy really leveled up for playoffs. He was also good in regular season, but even more so in playoffs. He was really dominant all the way through ever since quarterfinals. So yeah, like I said, huge congrats to Tytheguy, our first champion of season 12. And yeah, also my savior because he just made this a quick match, which means that I can now go to sleep,
Oh
which
yeah,
is
that's true. You didn't fall asleep.
yeah. I did my very best. I'm really
Or I
proud.
mean, you could have fallen asleep and you could just be talking in your sleep right now.
I
There's no way to
could.
actually confirm that.
Right,
But
right. Yeah. I feel like if this was in my sleep, then you would have definitely already started to rant about some other topic, like I don't know. Like, do you want to
yeah,
talk
that's
about
true.
how um, you are currently trying to determine at each game state what is the most likely item that a Pokemon, like for example, what is the most likely item this Metagross is carrying?
I mean, we is this choice band calcs?
Yeah, definitely. It did like
Yeah,
40% to
because like
Arcanine
yeah,
with
because
Bullet
I'm not sure what the
Punch.
Screamtail spread
Yeah, it did
is.
40
Wait, oh yeah, yeah, right.
it did
Also on the Arcanine
40% to
as well.
Arcanine with Bullet Punch.
Yeah,
That's super adamant banded.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, but sometimes, like, I look at the Screamtail and I'm like, well, it only did 55. I mean, Screamtail isn't, like, that crazy, but I guess this was, like, full Fizz-Def Screamtail or something. I'm
Mm,
actually curious what the calc is. I'm
I
pulling it
somehow
up.
I don't think it's gonna be Max Fistef Screamtail if it's gonna bulk up. I feel like it would be, but like you said, this team is very physically oriented, so it would make sense to be. I feel like that's what Vex identified prior to the match, and that's why he ran his win cons to be both physically defensive boosting with the Corv and
Okay, never
the.
mind. This is just max HP Screamtail.
So yeah,
I think it was just, like, overestimating the power of Banded Metagross.
yeah, but I
But
feel like
yeah.
40% to Arcanine is really impressive.
Yeah, yeah, that one definitely. indicates banded damage.
Yeah. But yeah, that's it for the recording. And yeah, once again for the 500th time, congrats to Tytheguy and chin up to Vex. Not a great game for him, but it happens. And yeah, thank you, Camel. And guys, see you in the next finals match. Bye.